Hi there, and welcome to another video of Learning Dutch with Kathy. Well, in today's lesson, we are going to learn about Dutch demonstrative pronouns. In English, we have this, that, these, and those. But how would you say it in Dutch? Well, in Dutch, we also have singular words like dit, dat, deze, and die. But the use of them is a little bit different. Well, when using demonstrative pronouns, there are two things that you need to pay attention to. First, is that an de or an het noun? And the second, is the object you want to mention, it is nearby you or is it far away from you? For example, I have a book here in my hands and I want to mention something about this book. I would say, dit boek is interessant. This book is interesting. And I will point at the other book in the corner of the rooms and I would say, dat boek is saai. Means that book is boring. You already know, book in Dutch is the het noun, het boek. When you point at the book nearby you, you will say dit boek. And you point at another book a little bit far from you, and you want to mention something about that book, you will say dat boek. But it is for singular, it means one book. And how about with the noun? I vind appel. Deze appel is lekker. En die appel is niet lekker. So, as you already know, apple is the apple. If you want to point at something nearby you, you would say DEZE. And something, the noun, but is a little far away from you, you would say die. But also it's for singular, one apple. So, what you use when you mention nouns in plural, you already know that now in Dutch, when they are in plural, they only have de as their article. So it's easy. If the books are nearby you, you would say deze boeken. And it's exactly the same with the apples. If the apples are nearby you, you could say deze appels. If they are far away from you, you would say die appels. Now let's review what we have learned today. For het noun, if the object is nearby, you will say dit. If it's far away from you, dat. For the noun, if it's nearby you, deze. If it's far away from you, die. And for plural nouns, because they are all the nouns, so if they are nearby you, you would say deze. And if they are far away from you, you would say die. So it's quite easy, right? Now let's take another example with the noun. We have the chair, de stoel. Deze stoel is mooi. Die stoel is lelijk. Deze appels zijn lekker. Die bananen zijn niet lekker. This rule applies the same to the indications of times. Like de week. Then we have deze week. Die week. Het weekend. Dit weekend. Dat weekend. De maand, deze maand, die maand. Het jaar, dit jaar, dat jaar. Deze week moet ik nog werken, maar volgende week niet. In die week begint mijn vakantie. This week I still have to work, but next week no more. In that week, I will have vacation. The next example is de oefening, the exercise. Ik vind deze oefening moeilijk. De vorige oefening was makkelijker. I find this exercise difficult. The last exercise was easier. And that's all for today. If you want more grammar lesson, please comment below and don't forget to like my videos. For now, succes en tot de volgende keer.